everyone, we're here at Consensus Hong Kong. I'm with CertiK right now, and I'm with the Director of BD, Angus Lee. Angus, would you mind introducing yourself and telling everyone why you guys came out to Hong Kong?
Yeah, sure, for sure. First of all, thank you for having us.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
really appreciate the opportunity to talk more about CertiK today. I'm the BD Director of CertiK, mainly based in Hong Kong. For the uninitiated, CertiK is currently regarded as the largest Web3 cybersecurity and audit firm right now. And we are highly focused and expanding in the Asia region as well. So I'm based in Hong Kong and happy to share a lot more if you like.
Yeah, absolutely. And is your company mostly based in Hong Kong, or just a small portion of your team?
Yeah, so it's a good question. So just as a little bit of background, we
Yeah.
were founded in 2017. It's a classical case of academia findings that transition into a very successful business.
Yep.
So we are founded by two professors, one from Yale and one from Columbia professors currently. Right now, we have recently set up an office in Hong Kong. I think we're approximately nearly 10 people already.
Oh, great.
And we are actually actively expanding and trying to expand a lot more in the Asia region as well.
Yeah, that's exciting. And clearly you have this big presence here. We have this great set. So what I really came here to talk about is you have this big report, as we could see right here. So tell me, what do I need to know, and what does our audience need to know about what's going on with this report?
Yeah, so just to share of the cover page, this is currently the 2026 prediction markets report published by CertiK.
Yeah.
So actually, we published a lot of reports previously before, even in different regards of the topic, for example, stablecoins, for example, regulations, for example, cybersecurity. So recently, as we all know, the topic of prediction market is becoming very, very popular.
Absolutely.
Since 2025, the volume has already increased fourfold per year, and we believe it's going to become a much more bigger sector in the region.
So what does that mean in terms of security, right? Because that's what we're here for.
Yeah, so I'm not a very technical person per se. I'm
Right.
mainly from the business side. But to be honest, when there's a lot more TVL and a lot more money
Right.
involved, then cybersecurity is becoming much more of a main concern, right?
Yep.
We obviously have a lot of user funds and as well as a lot of volume in there, which is becoming a bigger target for people to potentially find exploits in there. And as CertiK, we want to become the go-to security partner to help secure the projects, to make sure the funds are safe, and to make sure that everyone can trade or work in the cryptocurrency field in a safe and sound environment, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously prediction markets are a little bit outside of the cryptocurrency space. Do you find that your business is going to push in that direction, or is crypto still an area that you guys are really focused on?
Yeah, for sure. We actually have audited different prediction markets in the crypto field before, so I'm happy to see what there's a transition from there and to support them in a cybersecurity field, yeah.
Yeah, and when talking about audits, right, it's a huge, important thing for brands. And so many times I hear a project failed because their audit didn't work and all of a sudden that they're hacked. So, I know you're not technical, but from a BD standpoint, what's your position in the market? Why should you work with CertiK versus other audit firms in crypto?
Sure thing. That's a very great question. I think a lot of people seems to think that whenever let's say you launch a token or when you start initiating a project, everyone believes that doing one audit one time is good enough.
Yep.
Right? To be honest, from a cybersecurity field, we
Yeah.
don't see that way. It's doing an audit is like a snapshot, but then we believe cybersecurity should be ongoing and
Right.
for the long term. And as you mentioned before, actually, that cybersecurity is very important. If you got exploited once, then your brand, all your efforts, all your user funds can be in jeopardy, and we don't want to see that. So
Right.
we believe a long-term cybersecurity is definitely very important.
Yeah, and speaking of audit cycles, so if you don't just do one or two audits, how many audits do you typically do for your clients?
That's another great question. I think it really depends on how much development and features that's being pushed out.
Yeah.
To share a little bit, even in for example, the regulatory field, sometimes they already have a sense of cybersecurity where you have to periodically have some, let's say, for example, audits or penetration tests that works on applications as well. They usually require them to do it even once or even twice a year, right? So these are some things that is still being adopted in the Web3 space, and we hopefully that people will put cybersecurity on a more higher priority in the future as well.
Do you have any horror stories of a brand that didn't listen to you and had like a big hack or anything you could share?
I think there's quite a lot, but just it's not. Maybe it's not a good time to share the names
Well,
exactly.
definitely you don't need to share names, but just like, an example of this brand didn't listen to us and this is what went wrong. You don't need to use any names, just example of what to be wary of when moving forward.
Yeah, I think so. So sometimes the projects might have a sense where they don't want to make the changes because whenever we do an audit, we actually go through a remediation process
Right.
where the projects had the opportunity to change the code base based on the recommendation of CertiK. Now, sometimes projects does have their own thoughts and might not want to make the changes, but I would like to highlight that CertiK actually has done very well in this regard, where typically, in most senses, the audit reports become transparent and shared to
Yep.
the public after the consent of
Oh,
the
that's so
projects.
smart, yeah.
And once released out there, people, the users, the project owners, the investors can actually look at the report to understand if or if not they have made the changes and to basically do their own diligence to see if they want to use the protocol, for example. Yes.
Yeah, that's really great how transparent it is and how everyone can see everything. And then if there is a breach or whatnot, you could say it was all here, we saw it, we made the recommendation. But of course, clients are going to do. I know as well. I also work in the client service industry. So,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. I think trustability and the brand trust is very, very important.
Absolutely.
I think especially in Web3, because
Yep.
one small exploit can mean a whole lot of difference for the
Right,
protocol.
and they're trusting you with their money and their most valuable private information. So like having high security should be at everyone's top of mind. So.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
well, thank you so much for sharing a little bit about what you're doing here. I have one final very important question for you. Since you're Hong Kong local, what's one thing everyone should do, everyone listening back home should do when they visit Hong Kong?
Sorry, the question is what should you...
What should you do for fun when visiting Hong Kong?
I think I would suggest hiking.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't actually know, but Hong Kong has one of the best hiking trails
Yeah, I heard
globally.
that.
Yeah. And the weather is nice, but try not to do it in the summer. It could be
Way too hot.
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. Once again, I'm Jane representing Blockster and Dart Studio. This is Angus Lee, and we'll talk to you guys next time.